Hello and welcome to another episode of Now About That with James and Sarah. I'm James,
And I'm Sarah.
and she's not yawning this time.
Yes, I am.
So on this week's episode, we'll do just a quick catch up. I did want to say last week we didn't upload an episode. Sarah wasn't feeling great, and by the time Sunday rolled around where we were gonna do an episode, Ryan and I were busy, so we weren't able to get to an episode last week. So we just took a little break. But this is the 18th episode, Sarah.
Oh, wow.
We're getting almost to 20 episodes.
Almost.
You said you were going to be planning something for our 20th episode.
That's right. I did say that.
Well, you said you wanted to do something for our 20th episode. I said that's fine, but you have to plan it. Anyways, how are things going? That good?
Yeah, I'm just I'm waiting for some money to come in from my financial aid
Oh, yeah.
because I'm broke. And then I
Nice.
just have been extremely tired. So,
Fun times.
yeah, dealing with chronic illness and, being poor AF.
How's work and school going?
Um,
Did you find out what you got on your test?
I haven't found out what I got on my test yet. But I was telling you and Sam, I did a presentation for my Intro to Mexican American Studies, and my professor liked it so much that she wants to use it as an example if she teaches the class again.
Yeah, that always does feel good. I had that in at the Art Institute. We did a presentation on. We were given a designer to do a presentation on, and I had Issey Miyake, and my instructor asked me if she could keep it and show it to the next class. I said yes.
Yeah, I also said yes.
Yeah.
I did my presentation on Chicana feminists and the Chicana feminist movement of the 70s to 80s. But that was nice. That felt very validating, especially because I literally cried and panicked while I was doing that because I had forgotten all about the assignment and I thought it was going to be late. And technically it was. Like I turned it in a couple minutes after midnight.
Yeah. Well, did I tell you what happened? I don't know if we talked since the last assignment in my last class, but I got an email from my instructor the Monday before my class ended. No, the Sunday before my class ended. And she said, "Hey, I don't know if I didn't see your assignment posted on Saturday, which was the due date for your last assignment." I was like, "Excuse me? All of my assignments have always been due on the last day of the class,
Right.
which is Tuesday by midnight. Well, 11:59 p.m."
Right.
And so I messaged her and I was like, "I didn't realize that our assignments were due Saturday before Saturday night." And I was like, "What is this going to do to my grade? This is crazy. I didn't realize that was a thing." And then she just messaged me back and she was like, "It's fine. It's not a big deal. Just so you know, all of these classes that you're going to be taking for this are more than likely your final assignment is due on the Saturday before the end of the class instead of Tuesday, like everywhere else." So that was fun. And I ended up getting a 100% on that anyways. So I freaked out a little bit. Speaking of freaking out a little bit, that takes us into our episode
Yes, it does.
this week. That was a good transition. This week, we're going to be talking about fears. So I did a little digging and looked up some of the common fears. So I'm looking at 10 fears, mankind's 10 most common fears. And I also have the top 10 fears that hold people back in life, according to a psychotherapist. The world's greatest fears mapped by country, which I might not look into that much because I don't know that I trust the article.
Fair.
And then the 10 biggest fears that hold people back in your life, which is kind of similar to this one back here. So I might not look at that one either. And then 20 irrational fears and the list of common phobias from A to Z, We will not go through all of them.
Okay. I was about
There's
to
a
be like,
lot.
okay, let the chronically ill person rest.
But I did want to look at this one. It's called 30 Irrational Fears That You Didn't Know Existed, and 32 of the Funniest Phobias and Fears Just to Make You Feel Better. This one might make you feel better. Let's start there.
Okay. All right.
So 32 of the Funniest Fears Just to Make You Feel Better. This is from The Coolest. It's an article on that website. So the first one is syngenesphobia. 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 I think it's probably syngenesphobia. It's just based on the phobia that it is. But do you have a guess of what that is?
No.
Syngenesphobia. It's a fear of relatives.
Fear of relatives.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
We can all suffer this around the holidays. It's a fear of relatives and those who share your bloodline. It's often caused by troubled relationships in the family, making anyone who shares familial traits a frightening specter. And then the next one is papaphobia. Papaphobia. What
Is
do you
it a
think?
fear of your father?
No. He is a fatherly character, though, to a
Ew.
certain.
Santa Claus?
No. To a certain. To a certain church. Religion. That's where I was going.
A phobia of God?
No. Fear
Or
of
the
the Pope.
Pope?
Fear of the Pope. Yeah. This was understandable back when he was a former Nazi, but now there's no reason to fear the Pope, unless it's because the weird bubble car is or his giant hat. And then there's xanthophobia, xanthophophobia, xanthophobia, which is the fear of yellow, the color yellow.
Fear of the color yellow. Okay.
Lipophobia,
Fear of fat?
fear of becoming fat, yeah.
Ugh. That's just internalized fat phobia, honestly.
And then linonophobia.
Yeah.
Leninophobia? No, it's linonophobia. The fear of strings.
Fear of. Okay.
And then this one I don't really understand. It's zemmophobia, Zemmiphophobia. And it's the fear of the great mole rat.
Fear of. Okay.
I have no idea. And then this one I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. It's ARACHIBUTYROPHOBIA. I want to say it's Butyrophobia. Butyrophobia.
I have
It
no
is
idea.
the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of one's mouth. A lot of these don't really seem like phobias, but more like aversions. Like I would hate that too.
I mean, yeah.
And then xerophobia, or XEROPHOBIA. I'm assuming that's xerophobia. You're not being very engaged, Sarah.
I'm trying to process a lot of spelling here.
Here, I'll just read the thing. If you insist on keeping a set of redundant humidifiers going in your home and can't even look at a picture of a desert, you might have xerophobia. This can also carry with it the fear of dying of thirst or a trauma associated with being denied water.
Okay, so it's a fear of lack of water.
Fear of dryness, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, ashy knees. Genophobia. GENUPHOBIA.
No idea.
It's a fear of knees and kneeling.
Should have guessed because you just said ashy knees, but for some reason I was thinking about the dryness still.
I was talking about the dryness, but it did fit, right? The next one is chitophobia. Chaetophobia, Chaetophobia. Nearly every man has shared his shower with a long-haired woman. That
Okay.
seems sexist.
So it's a fear of women's hair,
This is a fear of hair. Asymmetrophobia.
a fear of asymmetry,
Yeah. And then the last one we'll look at is philophobia.
philophobia.
Philophobia. These sufferers tend to often be quiet, sad, and since they fear any kind of emotional attachment, they prefer to either use people or be used by themselves, which isn't comedic in the slightest.
Is is this reference to the some of them want to use you,
I don't know.
some of them want to be used by
I mean, it's
you.
the fear of love before we get into it. There's also the fear of balloons, fear of zombies, fear of blushing or turning red. And this one is really strange, and that's probably why it's included on the funniest phobias. Fear of being watched by a duck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fear of being watched by a duck.
Let's see, what's some fear of laughter? Who's afraid of laughter? Fear of shellfish. Now, I can understand that one. Crustaceans are kind of terrifying looking.
They are pretty terrifying looking.
Fear of flutes. Fear of dinner parties. Fear of poetry. Fear of your mother-in-law.
Well, the way that the media portrays mother-in-law relationships, that makes sense that there would be a fear of your mother-in-law.
All right, so you want to talk about the 10 most common fears?
Sure.
So number 1 is social phobia, or social phobias, also known as social anxiety. This type of phobia covers a broad range of situations in which people are afraid of interaction with others because they fear judgment. People that suffer from social anxiety can have difficulty presenting in front of colleagues, speaking in public, going to parties, or just chatting with others. You might be surprised to learn that social anxiety affects as many as 12% of Americans. I feel like that number should be higher. But sufferers don't seek therapy because it would require social contact, which means many never overcome it. I feel like that should be higher.
I have social anxiety. Well, they probably can't get higher numbers because, like they said, people with social anxiety tend to not go to seek help because that requires socialness.
I have some social anxiety, but I think having to host new hire orientation at work has kind of whittled that down a little bit. And then number 2 is fear of heights. Between 3 to 6% of people suffer from the fear of heights, which means they have to avoid high places and can have vertigo or need to hold on to something when going upwards, even just a flight of stairs. At a theme park, it's no small feat to get these folks to jump into the cart for a roller coaster ride. I don't like roller coasters.
I also don't like roller coasters, but they make me feel motion sick, which is stupid because I don't get motion sickness anywhere else. But
and then number 3 is the fear of snakes, bugs, or spiders.
yeah,
I don't have a fear of snakes, bugs, or spiders. I just don't like them. I just don't want them around me. I mean, if they're there, that's fine, whatever. I just don't need them.
right.
The fear of closed spaces.
Oh yeah.
So claustrophobia.
Yep.
The fear of flying, which affects 40% of the global population.
Wow.
With 2.5 estimated to have a clinical phobia.
Oof.
Wow. The fear of the dark, especially common among children. This fear nonetheless follows many people into their adult lives. Despite this name, fear of the dark isn't about the dark itself, but about what we can't see lurking in the shadows. The fear has roots in traumatic experiences and is influenced by the fact that many tragic scenarios and scenes from horror films play out in places with little to no light. People with this fear stay in a constant state of alert and discomfort when the lights are off.
Mm.
I don't think I ever had a fear of the dark.
Like, I'll sometimes get freaked out in the dark, but I don't have a fear of the dark, really.
Yeah. Fear of getting a disease.
I had that when I was a kid.
Being preoccupied with cleanliness to avoid the spread of germs and going to great lengths to prevent situations with higher potential for exposure to viruses are some common symptoms of the fear of falling ill. And then number 8 is the fear of blood. Which, again, I wouldn't say I'm afraid of blood. I just am not a huge fan of blood being around me.
Fair.
Shocking, I know.
Like, who? I mean, other than vampires, who's purposely going out here and going like, let me just be around blood?
The fear of violent weather. And the last one is fear of death.
I'm not actually afraid of dying, but I am afraid of what happens afterwards. Like, I can handle the dying part, like, okay, but what happens after that? Like, am I gonna have to go through this bullshit again? Like, can I please just rest?
Am I gonna come back as a bug that then gets smashed on a window?
Like, I just want to know before I have to like commit.
And then the next thing I wanted to look at is from Inc. or INC. It's a magazine, and it's called "The Top 10 Fears That Hold People Back in Life," according to a psychotherapist. So number 1 is change. So the fear of change. Number 2 is loneliness.
Oh yeah, a lot of people fall into that fear of loneliness, so they just keep going through relationships trying to avoid it.
Yeah. Fear of failure, which I am afraid of failure. That's one of my biggest things. Fear of rejection. Fear of uncertainty. Something bad happening, getting hurt, being judged, inadequacy, and the loss of freedom.
So my biggest one was the loss of freedom.
Yeah.
That's one that I've kind of had to deal with having the long COVID, is because I don't have a lot of the same freedoms that I did before, just because my body just can't. And that's been mortifying.
I think on here, inadequacy and the fear of failure are the two that I would kind of say I most agree with, or I most identify with. The rest of these are not, like loss of freedom. I don't really think about that too much. Being judged, I don't care what other people think about me. Getting hurt, again, I mean, like physically hurt, I don't really like to be in pain, but I can get over it. Something bad happening. Uncertainty, I can kind of see that too. I like to know a lot of information before I make a big decision. And I don't like making big decisions without a bunch of information.
Right.
But change, I mean, I'm not a huge, I moved to California for fuck's sake, and then Rhode Island. And in the business that I work in, if you aren't adjusting to change and adapting to change, then, I mean, you're screwed anyways.
Right.
Loneliness, I don't mind. I really don't care. I don't mind being alone.
I don't mind being alone. I just prefer not to be. Obviously, I did it for a long time, but it's nice to have somebody else.
Meh, I could take it or leave it.
And then you don't like cuddles.
I don't like people touching me. Rejection, and then and rejection. I mean, I agree with that a little bit. I don't like the thought of rejection either. I'm gonna skip this one about the world's greatest fears mapped by country because it just doesn't seem like it's intelligible. Like
Mm.
it's weird. So it shows a map, and Canada's not included in the map. I mean, it's included in the map, but it's not highlighted. So we have like the United States. It's a fear of inequality.
Which is a valid fear. We're a very unequal
Yeah.
country.
And for some reason, I can't even read it. Like it when I click on the map to see a bigger map, it doesn't give me access to it.
Hmm.
The Middle East, it says religious and ethnic hatred. Understandable. Europe is also inequality. Asia is pollution and environment.
Which also makes sense.
Latin America is kind of surprising. Nuclear weapons.
Hmm.
Nuclear weapons. I said nuclear. Africa is AIDS and other diseases. Again, understandable. And then the US is inequality.
Okay. So they did it by more by continent.
Yeah.
Did it list Australia?
No. Like it literally doesn't have very many. Those are the only ones that are listed.
Australia is a continent, though.
No. I mean, further down, it does have a bunch. So the US, inequality, Spain, US, Spain, Greece, Germany, Poland, Italy, and France, inequality. And Jordan, South Korea, and Argentina, and Ghana are all inequality. For France, it's also religious hatred.
That makes sense.
The UK, Lebanon, Palestine, Tunisia,
Yeah.
Egypt, Israel. Let's see. This is really hard to see. Malaysia, Bangladesh, Indonesia, India are all religious and ethnic hatred. All of those make a lot of sense. Oh, God. Ukraine and Russia, along with Turkey, Japan, Pakistan, Chile, Venezuela, Brazil, El Salvador, Mexico, are all nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons. Jesus. Nuclear weapons.
Okay.
And then for pollution and environment, it's Thailand, Philippines, China, Vietnam, also Mexico, Colombia, Peru, Nicaragua. Fear of pollution and environment. 20. You want to talk about irrational fears now?
Yeah.
I'm going to start from the bottom because number one's kind of funny.
Okay.
Oh, sending a text message to the wrong person or an email to the wrong person.
Oof.
I mean, these aren't really that. These are more funny than the other ones that we looked at earlier. Standing really high on buildings and looking down. That's a fear of heights. Putting something in your hand when you are shopping and forgetting you have it and leaving the store without paying.
Oof.
Ooh, getting paper cut in your eyeball. That's terrifying.
That is terrifying. Yes, I agree.
Helmets. Why would you be afraid of helmets? Unless you're afraid it's going to mess up your hair.
You know, it might.
Oh, it says, I'm afraid of helmets. I know it's protection, but I'm scared that I'm never going to be able to get it off. And I also don't like how you breathe when it's on. Probably because you can hear yourself breathe.
Probably, yeah.
Poking your eye out on a coat rack that's at eye level. I think that's a pretty justified fear. But for you, it wouldn't matter because coat racks aren't that low.
Rude.
Because Sarah's short.
Okay, listen, just because not all of us are like 6 foot fucking two.
6'4". And then number 14 says the teddy bears come alive when you're not there to watch them.
I used to think that my toys came to life when I wasn't there watching them.
Meh. Says when I was a kid, I was totally convinced that they all came alive and played when I was a child, or when humans weren't around. I would even try to catch them being alive by storming into the room when they
Same.
least expected it.
Or I'd hide like outside the room and see if I could like hear them.
Being in the bathroom and saying Bloody Mary over and over, waiting to see what happens.
Oof.
I did that when I was little with my brother and sister, and my sister was standing by the light, and we did it with the lights on, and she turned the light off at the end the last time we said it. It was funny.
Nice.
Using the toilet and having some awful snake or bug eat your butt.
You know what? That's a genuine fear in some countries.
Yeah. And then clowns. I don't have a fear of clowns. I just don't see the need for them. I mean, I understood when, like, way back when they were used for entertainment, but I don't really see the need for them anymore. Throwing things away. Or maybe what I mean is letting things go.
Yeah.
When I go to the movies, I keep the ticket, and the movies I keep in my wallet. Oh, that's nice.
I used to do that.
That's sentimental. Splitting the pole. Oh, like walking with your friends and splitting the pole.
Oh, yeah. Someone that we used to know was like that. She'd always make me say bread and butter after we did it.
Ooh.
Kendra.
Oh. Mold. I'm deathly afraid of mold. If I open the refrigerator and take something out, or open up the bread and it's covered in fungus, I will scream and drop that shit like it's hot. Why is mold so scary? I don't think it's scary. I think it's just weird. Also, if we didn't have mold, we wouldn't have penicillin.
We also wouldn't have cheese.
Cheese. Oh my god. I would die. Giving some kind of lecture or talk and forgetting to close all the porn tabs.
Oh my god.
That's funny. That is hilarious. I like that one. Watching porn and somehow being exposed, like someone walking in on you or accidentally clicking the like button, so the porn you're currently enjoying pops up in your newsfeed.
Oof.
I mean, on Twitter, everything you like or comment on pops into your newsfeed or your Twitter feed.
Yep.
Every social interaction ever. Then getting a limb cut off when you try to rush into the subway just as the doors are closing.
Oof.
I mean, that wouldn't ever happen. There's safety features on the doors.
Yeah, but that's still a terrifying thought.
Getting stuck in the elevator on like the 18th floor with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it says, at least you can spend the rest of your time trying to figure out which one of you is the devil. You ever seen that movie?
Mm-mm.
I think it's like I think Devil, maybe. Let me see.
I was gonna say, I don't remember the name of it, but I think I vaguely remember seeing the trailer.
Yeah. It's called Devil. A group of people are trapped in an elevator and the devil is mysteriously among them. It was an okay movie. Like it's just them trapped in the elevator.
Trying to figure out who the devil is.
Yeah. Which don't look it up because it spoils it. If you scroll down, it's literally the devil is there. And then getting into an elevator that's crowded with people is also on this list. I
I
think makes
mean,
sense.
I don't like getting on crowded elevators personally, so
I'm not a huge fan of elevators at all,
that's fair.
except for when I have to go up a bunch of stairs. Then it's like, give me an elevator, please, God. And then number one is leaving the house without pants.
You know what? I've never left the house without pants, but I have left the house without shoes.
I don't understand how that's possible.
Yeah, I know. I just like will completely forget that I'm not wearing shoes, but I don't like shoes. So like forgetting that I'm not wearing shoes is not that big of a stretch when you think about it.
Yeah, I still don't understand how that's possible. But those were 20 of the most irrational fears, is what this says. Although I think those were more funny than the funny fears. So, do you want to take a quick break and we will be back?
Yep, sounds good.
All right, we will be back, everybody. Thanks. All right, welcome back. So, this half of the episode, we're going to talk about our own fears, which we talked a little bit about, and then maybe even talk a little bit about some things that are some phobias that we know of that and discuss them. And then we'll wrap it up with a quiz that we're going to take that's going to tell us what our weird phobia is. So Sarah, what are some things you're afraid of? We talked about the fear of losing your freedom.
I am afraid of abandonment. Like people
Really?
just, yeah, people just disappearing. Like they just decide I'm not worth the effort anymore and just go away.
That's yeah. I mean, I don't know that I would say I'm afraid. I share that fear, but I understand it. It does make sense to a certain extent.
I was gonna say, you know me pretty well, so this should be
Yeah.
pretty understandable.
I have that thing. It's imposter syndrome,
Oh yeah, I get that a lot too.
where I feel like I'm afraid that people are going to be like, "Oh, you don't really know anything. You don't know what you're doing," even though I do, and I'm really good at my job. And I was telling Rachel, my coworker, this weekend, I was jealous of her. Not jealous of her, but envious of her and the way that she interacts socially. I'm like, I don't have the ability to do that very well. Just walk in and start like talking to people and interact fairly easily with people.
Right.
And I was like, I even to go like one further, like people saying the right thing. I have this thing where it's, and I don't want to like, I don't want to compare myself to Sheldon, but I have like that type of almost same type of mentality where I don't have that much of a filter, and usually I'll say anything. And I don't think it's that bad, but then so the way someone reacts to it, it's like, oh, it was bad. But I do have that ability where I see how people react to it afterwards, and I understand, but after the damage has been done.
Right.
Because it's like giving someone feedback. It's more of a delivery problem on the feedback, and sometimes it's like, well, I wouldn't have done it this way. I would have done it this way, or I wouldn't have done that. I would have done this, and people take that as a criticism of themselves, and not a criticism of not. It's not even criticism. Like to me, that's just I was giving them an alternative action that I think
Right.
would have helped or would make it more efficient.
Yeah, but people are used to getting a lot of negative criticism, so then they take it to heart. Like this is against me and not against.
Yeah, and I have had to tell a lot of my coworkers, I'm like, anything I'm giving you, don't take it as criticism. Take it as this is an option that you could choose. Your way is not wrong. If it works for you, that's fine. And I'm one of those people that I hate standardization to the point where everyone has to do everything the exact same way, like even picking it up with the same hand and like moving it to a specific spot in your table. They would do that in manufacturing, and I'm like, I hate this because you're telling me to do something in a way that makes it harder for me to do my job, but I can do it better in a different way. So I'm not a huge fan of standardization. That's not really a fear, that's just something I don't like.
Reasonable. I I don't know. I don't really like bugs, but I don't necessarily consider that I'm not afraid of them. I just don't like them on me.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I don't like bugs. I'm not a fan of bugs. Like, I don't mind them. I don't want them in my house or my apartment, but I understand they serve a purpose to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
Like mosquitoes, I don't understand why mosquitoes are alive aside from having to like being food for birds, but like what
Right.
else is the purpose of a fucking mosquito?
Right. I feel that way about wasps.
Or bed bugs.
Yeah, but
What the hell is the purpose of a bed bug?
there is no purpose of a bed bug except to cause extreme amounts of trauma.
And eat your freaking money.
Blood. Same.
Same blood money. Yeah. Blood money.
No, I had a cockroach, a gigantic cockroach in my closet that freaked me out. I was just like, you do not belong here. And cockroaches are gross. Like they just what?
Yeah. We had water bugs a lot when I was little, which
Yeah.
are similar to cockroach, but not the same. I understand they're not the same, but they are similar.
Yeah, no, just like I'm fine with bugs outside of my space. Do not come in my space. You will get squished. that's that's just kind of how I feel about it.
I ordered new glasses.
Nice.
I'm gonna share my screen and I'll show you what they look like.
Granted, our listeners won't know,
I know.
but I will.
Can you see it?
Ooh.
So this is one pair, and I mean, we can describe them. So they're metal frames, but with like a black circle, and across the circle there's like a metal bar that goes across the top of the frame.
They kind of look like sunglasses, except without the sun lenses.
They do have sunglasses as an option.
They do have sunglasses as an option.
Yeah, they're really nice. I'm excited for them. I've never actually had round glasses, so I don't know how they'll fit. They weren't super expensive. Like I think these were with the blue light blocking lenses, like they were $90.
It's not bad.
No, isn't doing this. Just take me back to my order. And then I ordered these, which are more squared frames, metal frames, and then they have like a teal
lens outline.
Yeah. I'm really excited for these. I think I'm gonna like these the most.
They are pretty fancy looking.
These again were $70. And then this last one, I'm probably gonna hate these.
Why did you buy them?
I don't know, because I liked them and they look cool. But I don't know that I'm going to like them on my face is the thing. We'll see. But they are a teal with like a red little band around the top on either side of the lenses, or not on either side, on both lenses at the top. I like them, but I don't know that I'm going to like them on my face.
Right. They have kind of a geometric feel to them.
Yeah. So they're kind of rounded, but like the tops are squared off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for that, but it's taking forever for them to get here because they're coming from China. Which it's nothing against things that come from China. It's just it takes forever to get here.
Right. Because it's coming from a foreign country. Zlul.
Yeah.
How to choose eyeglasses. How to measure your pupillary distance. Okay. All right.
So what have you been up to, Sarah, other than school and work and
I mean, hanging out with Nick and Horace, and that's about it.
how is Horace doing?
Horace is doing well. He's working away. We all had lunch together today after I got off of work, which was nice. Yeah. Nick went and bought a whole bunch of stuff to decorate for Halloween.
Oh, wait, I don't think it's Horace that I'm thinking of. Is that the dog?
No, Boris is the dog.
Horace. Okay.
Yes. Boris is also doing okay.
I don't know why you thought I was asking about a person, Sarah.
I was a little shocked, but
I don't even know who this person is, and
Horace.
honestly, I don't care how they're doing.
Wow.
I apologize, Horace. I've never met you, and I couldn't care less how you're doing. But
you're so mean.
Well, I don't know this person. I'm assuming they're doing fine.
They're doing fine.
I don't understand why you didn't say. I think you mean Boris the dog, because why would I care about this person I've never met?
I thought for a minute that you had turned a corner dramatically, and I was just like, oh, okay. You know? Anyway, Bobby is doing fine. He's fine. He had sprained his leg and hurt his back when he did it. So, but he's doing okay. He's his usual adorable self.
I didn't share this. I got Bobo a new shirt today.
Oh my god.
Let's see if I can show you. I don't think it's gonna show.
No. Your background.
Let me turn off my background.
The ocean with a palm tree. Which is glorious, and I am very much enjoying it.
That's not gonna work either. Oh wait, there it goes.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, that's so cute.
It's a Silence of the Lambs shirt.
I love it.
With the moth that's on the front of the Silence of the Lambs cover. We went to lunch at Chipotle today, and I was like, let's go over to PetSmart because I need to get Bobo some some more greenies. So we went over, and I was looking around at the clothing while Ryan was using the bathroom, and there was a sweater there that I was going to buy him, and then I looked over and I saw this Silence of the Lambs shirt, and I was like, oh. So I bought it.
There you go.
Oh, also, have you ever had God, what are they called? Crumble cookies?
Yes.
Do you like them?
I do.
I was excited to try them because we just got one that opened in Attleboro, just like 5 minutes away. But I'm not sure. Like, out of the 6 that we got, because we just got the menu that they had that week, like the selection they had, and it was like they were all Minions based. I only liked 2 of them. And what's weird is, like, all of them, aside from the chocolate one, it was made of the same thing. Like, they were all sugar cookies with just crap shoved in them.
No. When I tried them, they had like a carrot cake flavor that was like it was a cookie, but it was carrot cake.
Yeah. See, now that I can get behind.
And like stuff like that. So like they had a cheesecake one, you know.
But all of these were sugar cookie based, and then they just had stuff either shoved into them or they were just iced. I'm just like, I don't care for that. I mean, they're good, but I don't want 5 giant cookies that are the exact same.
Right. No, that makes sense, especially with how much you're paying for it.
Yeah, because they were like, $5 a cookie. I think they were okay. But I was just thinking about going. I was gonna go see what they have this week, and if they have the chocolate, because they had this chocolate one and it was really good. I liked it. Right. Now I'm yawning. Do you want to do this quiz?
Yes. I
So it's
feel like this is a quiz that Sam would have created when we were in high school.
because of all the exclamation points and how it's
The
written.
I'm just hearing her talking in my head while I look at this.
So this quiz is called "What is your weird phobia?" and it has 14 questions. So we're gonna go through the questions and read the answers and choose our selections. So the first question is, what do you hate most of these? Hearing someone scream, yellow, feeling attached to someone, or being so tired I could pass out.
I put being so tired I could pass out because like I'm not afraid of I'm not okay, wait. Guess I should change that. I used to be afraid of like getting attached to people because again, fear of abandonment. But like I'm not afraid of that now.
What doesn't say what do you fear the most? It says what do you hate the most? Which that's where I'm getting stuck on. Because to me, what I hate the most is someone screaming.
Okay, so then choose that one.
I
You
hate
see
when
something
people yell.
yellow. Are you scared?
No.
Like I'm not making fun of people who are scared of yellow, but like I can't relate.
These are all asking the exact same thing. The next one is go to YouTube and pull up a video of someone screaming. And then the answers are, but, do I have to? Shivers me. Yes, you must. Muhahaha. No, just kidding. And then, okay, pointless. Me, no, it just helps me learn your theory, silly. I mean, okay, pointless. Again, I'm not afraid of someone screaming. I just hate it when someone does. It's annoying.
Right. You just realized you're in love. What do? My life is over. My heart will break. They used the wrong break. So scared. Help me. Me. I'll help you. Who needs to die? Just kidding. You're on your own. Yay. I found the one. Me. Darn. I feel like killing someone right now. Just kidding. Again. Hee hee. This is what happens when you drink sosa all day, every day. Sosa?
It's supposed to be soda.
I think so.
These are dumb. I mean, I don't like either one of those, but I'm gonna go with the first one. Yes. What is scarier? Falling into a pit of yellow bounce balls, feeling like I want to kiss someone because I love them so much, almost passing out, and then hearing a scream coming from behind you.
I put almost passing out, but granted, I've also passed out at work a couple of times. So,
I don't know. Falling into a pit of yellow bouncy balls is kind of scary because what if you can't get out? Or what if you fall onto a ball and it gets lodged in your throat or your rectum?
you'd have to fall pretty hard onto a ball for it to
It
get
just
stuck
says fall.
in your rectum.
Not if I'm naked.
You know what? We're not gonna go into why you would be naked falling into a pit of yellow bouncy balls, but okay. You wake up. What runs through your head first? Oh my, I'm alive. Thank goodness. Well, not that. I put well, not that, because I never wake up and go, oh, thank God I'm alive. Never. I never do that.
They also put at the end, me, you're weird, with the wrong your.
Yes.
I don't like whoever created this. They're stupid.
Probably a teenager.
Probably. What are your nightmares mostly about? Yellow, screams, falling in love. The nightmare is just being asleep.
It's just the being asleep thing.
It's just the being asleep thing. That's stupid. I'm not
Uh,
afraid of
I
any of
put
these.
I put screams because that's actually accurate for my nightmares, but
Nightmares? Eh, I'll put the nightmare as just the being asleep thing. I guess. Because I did used to dream whenever whenever I was younger, like in my early 20s, I dreamed about work and not being productive while sleeping.
ah, uh, Be a good person and face your fear. Affects results. Uh, huh? What? I'm confused. A lot of ellipses.
I'm gonna do the ellipses.
I put what?
About the last question, I lied. It had no effect. XD, but this one does. Well, at least you didn't throw something yellow at me. Oh crap, I think that's funny, but I'm falling in love. Ah! Ha ha, so funny. Thank you. I want to fall asleep. I'm laughing. You're not going to scream, right? Also, again, not the right you're.
I'm going with the haha, so funny, thank you.
Yeah, me too. Because I want to fall asleep because this is boring as shit.
All right. Three more and we're done, which is inaccurate because
There's four more.
there's four more, but anyway. Um, so tell me something scary about your past. Well, something really scary happened involving yellow. I learned what love can do to someone. I realized if I fall asleep, I may never wake up. Well, something super scary happened and screaming was involved and ah
I learned what love can do to someone because that is scary.
that's true. I went well, something super scary happened and screaming was involved, so
Warning, whoever will be getting the results may not be the one to read.
must
Must
not be
not
the
be
one
the
to
one
read.
to read. Have someone else read it to you starting now. Make sure make sure to scream or yell this. Bye. Okay, what did the person getting the results do? What the fuck is happening?
Nothing to indicate any fear.
Okay. This is stupid. I didn't read this that much. Obviously.
We can't throw anything yellow at someone. So just put there was no fear. Write them a love letter, sign it with someone else's name. Okay. Let's just get down to this last question. Still getter of results can't see. Tell them I told you to tell them about the time you did see them asleep, even if you didn't see them asleep. We need this to be real. How did they handle it? Not scared at all. Okay. All right. Submitting.
Your results. Fear of screams.
Same. But
This
it
is
also says
stupid. Oh, I think it's still.
0%.
Wait, no. Yeah. This is dumb. All of them say 0%. Yeah. This was a waste of time. What a fucking waste of my time.
Well, you know.
I'm going to give feedback. Feedback at the top. Feedback. This was a waste of my time. Remove this quiz.
I'm very excited. I just finally got the text message saying that my money's transferring.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm hoping it comes in tomorrow so that I can pay bills and
doesn't usually take like depending on where does it come from?
It comes from Bank Mobile.
Oh.
So usually I get it the next day, but because normally I get the text message on like a Monday. So then Tuesday my money is there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's going to happen because tomorrow's Saturday. Now I know my bank is open, but I don't know what Bank Mobile does.
I guess that's a fear I have, not being able to pay my bills.
That is absolutely a fear I have. I'm also afraid of being homeless again.
Homeless. Yeah, I don't know.
Me neither.
What is hylophobia?
What is hylophobia?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also known as xenophobia.
Bruh.
It's the fear of forests.
Fear of forests.
Ooh, I don't know that I can say this one because it's a crazy word. Hippopotamonstrosquipedalophobia.
Okay. Fear of brains?
No. Here, I'm gonna put it in the chat, see if you can say it.
Okay.
And
what?
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at right now, Sarah.
Okay, for those listening, it is HIPPOPOTOMONSTROSQUIPEDALIOPH phobia. Uh, okay.
What?
Hippopotamonstroscypidalia. What is it a fear of? Hippos?
No, it's a fear of long words. It's a fear of long words.
You know what? That's just cruel and unusual.
Oh, see, this has trichophathophobia as the fear of hair, like trichotillomania.
Yeah.
The fear of stealing is called kleptophobia.
That makes sense since somebody who steals a lot is a kleptomaniac.
Bathmophobia.
Bathmophobia?
Yeah, it's the fear of stairs or steep slopes.
Okay. All right.
I wish there was a fun trivia question that we could take about quiz or like fears. Science trivia. Go.
I was going to say something. Now I don't know what it was.
20 questions about Earth. Let's look at that. Oh, let's do Halloween quiz.
Gonna do a quiz about the Earth. We're talking about fears, so we're gonna do a quiz about the Earth. You know what I'm afraid of? Capitalism.
I'm not afraid of capitalism. I just feel like it's beating me way too hard.
It is beating me as well.
Which science fiction horror series from Netflix is set in the fictional town of Hawkins?
Is it Stranger Things?
Yes, Stranger Things. Oh, this is Netflix.
I've never seen Stranger Things.
Madchen Amick plays Shelley Briggs in David Lynch's cult TV classic Twin Peaks. But which eerie Netflix drama does she star in currently?
I don't know.
Riverdale. In the Friends episode, the one with the Halloween party, what memorable but not practically spooky costume did Ross and Chandler wear?
I don't remember.
It says Ross wore Spudnik, Spud like the potato, and Chandler wore a pink bunny.
I love that.
And then on October 31st, back in 1992, the BBC petrified the nation with Ghostwatch, a scripted drama that duped viewers into believing it was a live transmission from a haunted house. Which trusted TV veteran presented it? This is in the BBC. We're not going to know this. It was in 1992. We were 3 years old. Michael Parkinson.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Ryan Murphy's unsettling Netflix series Ratchet, starring Sarah Paulson, is inspired by which classic 1962 novel?
I don't know.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I guess that makes sense. But I've not seen any of these, so.
I haven't seen Ratchet either. Netflix's slasher. We have seen this one. Netflix slasher horror series Fear Street Trilogy is based on the novels by which young adult author?
Christopher Pike?
No.
Oh, R.L. Stine.
R.L. Stine. I remember those. Name the actress to play Morticia Addams in Tim Burton's Addams Family reimagining for Netflix.
I don't know.
It's called Wednesday.
I don't know who's playing in it.
It's Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh.
Bates Motel, starring Freddie Highmore, is a prequel to which horror classic film?
Psycho.
What is the name of the young woman who vanishes in David Lynch's cult series Twin Peaks? If you don't know this, Ryan has failed you.
I've never seen Twin Peaks.
Neither have I, but I know this answer because it's one of Ryan's favorite television series.
I have no idea.
Laura Palmer. And Katya wears a shirt with Laura Palmer's face all over it.
Nice.
What is the surname of Sabrina, the teenage witch?
Oh, shit. I know this.
You should.
I don't remember.
Sabrina Spellman.
That's right. God bless.
And then in Hocus Pocus, what are the names of the three Sanderson sisters and the actresses who play them?
Sarah is played by Sarah Jessica Parker. And I know the actress's name's Bette Midler and Kathy Najimy, but the only one I ever cared about was Sarah because her name's Sarah.
Bette Midler played Winifred.
That's right.
And Kathy Najimy played Mary.
Yeah.
Which other scary 90s film did Scream's Nev Campbell and Skeet Ulrich star in? I don't know. I would consider this a scary movie.
I don't know.
It's The Craft.
Oh, I haven't seen The Craft.
Oh, it's a good movie. You should watch it. In which 1982 horror film did Carol Ann start talking to the television set?
Was that Exorcist? Or
Carol Ann. No,
Poltergeist?
that one. Yeah. In the film adaptation of Ronald Dahl's The Witches, Angelica Houston's Grand High Witch plans to turn children into what?
Is it frogs?
No.
Pigs.
No.
Oh, well, he was making a
That's not why
piggy
I'm
face.
doing that.
So
It was mice.
mice.
Which actress is reprising her iconic role made famous over 2 decades ago in Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Which actor played the role of Hannibal Lecter on screen before Anthony Hopkins made it his own? I don't know this answer.
I don't either.
It's Brian Cox.
I don't know who that is.
Name the Erie Hotel in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. You've never seen The Shining, have you?
I haven't seen The Shining, but the hotel is the Overlook Hotel, isn't it?
Yes, it is. What We Do in the Shadows is based on the ordinary and at times banal life of what?
Vampires.
Yes. What's the name of the terrifying clown in Stephen King's It, which is recently remade starring Bill Skarsgård in the title role?
Pennywise.
The Dancing Clown.
Now I want to watch that.
In Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, can you name the creature that breaks into Hogwarts on Halloween night?
No, because I don't give two fucks about Harry Potter.
It's the Mountain Troll, or a Mountain Troll. Let's do one more and then we'll wrap up. The Goosebumps series of books has spooked readers since its release back in 1992. Name the author who created them.
Wasn't that again R.L. Stine?
Yes. What is the name of the youngest Baudelaire child in Lemony Snicket's A Series
Baudelaire.
of Unfortunate Events? Oh, yeah, Baudelaire. Thank you.
And it's Sunny Baudelaire.
Yes. This one's another one about Harry Potter.
Which Sarah doesn't give two fucks about.
We'll skip it. Janet and Alan Alberg's Halloween classic Funny Bones tells the story of a big skeleton, a skeleton, and what else? A little skeleton and what else? Funny Bones.
I don't know.
A big skeleton, a little skeleton, and a dog skeleton.
See, I was going to guess a dog skeleton, but I just didn't. I should have just listened to myself.
What supernatural power does Carrie possess in Stephen King's blood-soaked novel and of the same title?
Isn't it telekinesis?
Yes, telekinesis. She can move objects with her psychic abilities.
I still remember when we went and saw the remake of Carrie. It was you, me, and Sam.
Yeah.
Which was interesting because Sam doesn't like horror movies.
Yeah. Which spell did Professor Flitwick teach? Oh, this is another Harry Potter one. Wingardium Leviosa. And then, how many witches appear in Shakespeare's Macbeth?
Macbeth. 3.
Yep, 3. What is the name of the White Witch in the Chronicles of Narnia?
Jadis.
That one's Harry Potter again. And then, who wrote Frankenstein in 1818?
Mary Shelley.
All right. Ooh. Last one. Oh, never mind. It's got a picture involved.
I was gonna say you said that 10 questions ago.
I meant the last round. Sorry, not last question. All right. Well, that wraps up our episode. Everybody, thanks for listening. If you are, if you would please give our show please give this episode a like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe to the channel or the however you listen to your podcast. We are available on all podcast listening platforms. If you would like to, please follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is Now About That Pod. And if you would like us to talk about something on the podcast, you can send any topic you want us to discuss to nowaboutthatpod@gmail.com. Sarah, have a good weekend.
You as well.
And everybody, enjoy your week if you're listening to this on a Monday. Ooh, if you would like to give us a rating and a review, please give us a good review if you liked it. If you didn't like it, piss off. We don't care. Other than that, have a good rest of your week, and we will talk to you next week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.